What's going on? I am that man on that nag. I be that boy LA. To my right, I got my man Sean.
What it do?
To my far left, I got that boy Eli.
What's happening?
In the middle, we have Miss Teddy. And next to her, we got Miss Alia, the Fro Rose.
Okay.
You feel me? But anywho's, this is The Thought Process. Welcome back. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button.
Smash it.
Follow on all social media platforms.
All of them.
Subscribe. Make sure you hit the we on iHeart now.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we on iHeart now. We on Apple
Spotify.
Music, Spotify,
We
Amazon.
local.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and tap in with us. Like I
with
said,
your
this is
mind.
a thought process. We here, you know what I'm saying, just to give y'all good vibes. Today, our main topic will be like versus love. What does that
Future
even
said he
mean?
don't love these hoes.
We don't even like these bitches.
I like
Dang.
them too much. I love these hoes.
She
Okay.
love these hoes.
I'm indifferent.
Before we get
I'm
into
Johnny
our-
Bravo.
Love this bitch.
Do the monkey with me.
You
Hey,
heartless
baby.
motherfuckers. You got no hearts.
Before we get to our main topic, though, we got some subtopics. Then we got, we got the thought tips. I guess that's what we rocking with. We're gonna call them thought tips.
Cause hoe tips was a little too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was too close to hoteps.
Oh, too close to hoe tips.
It was a little bit.
Eli, one more time. We was kings.
We were. We were.
What you mean, word, brother? We still are.
Oh, peace, God.
Peace, God.
He's converting
All
right
right,
now.
but anyways, look, check it. We got as well. We gonna go ahead and jump into it. And we gonna get real spicy with it off top.
I am spicy.
Who is at fault? Your friend for sleeping with your partner, or your partner for sleeping with your friend?
That's a tough one. Is it?
I feel
It's a
like
tough
it
one.
definitely depends on how long y'all been friends.
I'm gonna say it like
Okay,
this.
can I get some background information?
Hey.
All right, background information. This your boy, this your girl. Y'all been cool for the last 6+ years.
6+. How long was the relationship?
Plus.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
important.
what I was gonna get at.
Yeah, that's an
Relationship,
important question.
a year and a half, 2 years.
I'm sorry, but Shawty, you bit the dust, Shawty.
So who at fault? I want to hear from the ladies first.
Oh, yeah, my Can
Can I hear from the ladies first?
I feel like my friend is at fault. If I know them longer and I feel like that bond is stronger, I'm sure that they've seen me like date other people. Like, yeah, it's on you. It's on you. But to be fair, if I'm sharing my body with the person also, we was fucking. Then you fuck somebody else that I already knew, like all the people in the world, and you fucked my friend that I introduced you to. That's crazy. But I think I'd be more upset with my friend because I've known them longer.
Alia?
The loyalty is there.
I'm sorry, that question blew me.
It blew me to it.
That one emoji.
Nah, I would have to say, like, this is not a good answer because I would be mad at both because I feel like both people owe you some sort of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like if I've known my friend longer than I know my partner, like I would be extremely disappointed with both. Would I stay with my partner? Like I don't know. But would I also still be friends with that person? Like I don't know either. And if I did choose to stay with them, like I would think about that shit. Like damn, nah, y'all really like was fucking and like sat in my face, like everything was sweet and it's not. So I don't think I could ever like look at either one the same. But
What if it was just one time?
regardless or whatever, I feel like both of them like owed you
If it
some
was
sort
a
of loyalty.
halftime, that's too much.
Because to piggyback off what Teddy said, it's like you could have like it's one thing that you were already gonna cheat on me, and you could have like picked anybody, but like you gotta pick this bitch.
Damn, she went from your friend to this bitch.
She went from your friend to
one
6+
fuck.
years.
One fuck got demoted.
I mean, she went from my friend to fucking my man.
That is a super demotion.
It's like-
she didn't even go to acquaintance.
Nah, because
She
it's
is
like
this
you.
bitch.
It's like you in my face. You know, it's like you in my face.
You
like,
know?
and I feel like referring to the past episode, that's what the universal code is I'm talking about. Like,
Okay.
like that's a universal
I like the
code.
touchback.
Like,
Yeah.
why you gotta fuck on like my partner and if you're supposed to be my friend, like, why you gotta eye somebody that like I'm eyeing. All right.
Okay.
That's the end.
So
Yeah,
before the guys go, I just want y'all to notice that Eli and I are serious. We representing. We representing.
You know what I'm saying?
Jack City
Champions.
friends.
Real champions.
It's been said that Drake already slid in her DM. So
What that mean to us?
I'm about to say, what does that mean to me at all? Whatsoever.
Drake like I'm young.
Anyway.
But, Eli, go ahead and how you feel about this one?
So my opinion is, me and my friends, we understand each other.
Right.
When we are not in a relationship, we are kind of
Horse.
not whores. That's not.
I want to say horse.
We're like Tupac. We get around.
Wow.
You should have said like Jada. Okay.
All right.
Where the soundboard at?
Me and my friends, we gotta understand
I'm
is
kidding.
like there's
be mad at me.
there's like
Jada Smith.
as far as like off limits, that's not really a thing. You pick one, that's it.
I remember you saying that
I said
before.
that before.
You get one.
One. And other than
Not a
that,
real
it's
thing.
like, hey man, Shawty wanted to fuck. That's not my fault. She wanted to. And that's just nature happening. So in my opinion, I'm gonna hold my woman responsible. 'Cause I'm like, shorty, I can fuck your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
Hey, can I
Like,
pause with you? Because I want to ask you a question. So, like, you say that, but I feel like you're saying that in the nature of, like, yeah, he just, like, was talking to her one day and she was like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, what if he went the low route and played the friend for a couple years?
Well,
while
okay,
y'all was
so
together?
it's a year and a half too. So he had
And
to.
then y'all, you know what I'm saying, had an argument and she called her friend and he slid her some meat. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, the
So-
friendly
Wouldn't
dick.
she still not be responsible?
like,
though?
I know she's still
Yeah, she
responsible.
said it's still
but
her.
how unresponsible is the friend?
that's what you're saying. How tough is our friendship still after that?
Yeah.
Because he was plotting.
So in that way, it's
He
like,
was plotting.
Would you be friends on somebody plotting on your
Honestly,
gal?
honestly, we probably wouldn't be as close of friends just because it's like, bro, that's
foul.
like,
That's
kinda-
weak. It ain't even foul. That's weak.
It's weak. That's what it
That's
is. It's
weak.
like,
It's
bro,
Low down, dirty shame.
You that like
bro,
weak,
you-
bro? Like, damn, bro.
down
Like,
bad for some.
You don't get no hoes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so,
Hey, I could have tossed you something that was.
You don't get no bitches. Look at.
but anyway, so like under that scenario, that's a little different. But I probably would address something like that a little earlier if I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, y'all friends? Ain't none of that. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all friends? Ain't no friends. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a high and a buy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
keep it cordial.
Y'all ain't having conversations where y'all like, you know what I'm saying? Like over here, heart to heart and shit. No, ain't none of that.
Trying to talk
So, like,
philosophy and shit.
No, ain't none of that. So like, if I'm unaware, I'm unaware, right? But as soon as I become aware and it's going down like that over years, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut it out and I'm gonna just be like, hey, look, hey, how about this? Let's just break up. You do whatever you want. I'm gonna do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just chill out.
Oh my
And then
homie.
she gonna fuck all your homies.
Oh my homie's your friend?
she
Well, I
going
guess
to
me and you
tour.
are friends.
Yeah,
too.
we're all friends. Your friends who've been wanting, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
But they my friends too.
All right.
So,
So, go ahead.
but I want to answer the question. So, under the guise of the original one, right? Of like, y'all had some night, you know what I'm saying, that just randomly happened like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold her responsible because I'm like, I told you the ground rules. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I could have fucked in your friends. I passed. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to show me that same like
Respect.
respect. You know what I'm saying? But like, I know my homies. So I'm like, look, you with me. You think any one of them wouldn't? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's real though. That's real.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna hold them accountable. Like, yeah, nigga,
Sean?
a bad bitch threw you some pussy.
It's like if the homies don't want to fuck, are you really bad?
I want to go out
Really bad.
before I start. I would not, but also I feel like personally, Kevin Gates said if a hoe want to hold, don't let her go. So like, I feel like if she was gonna fuck my homie, she probably already fucking somebody else anyway. So like,
No.
off that alone, it's like, how mad can I be for her showing her true nature? She just gone. Like, she just
Yeah,
gone.
I
You
agree
feel me?
with that.
But like,
Yeah.
with my brother, You feel me? Like
My brother.
you should have been smarter. You feel me? Cause like you know that at the end of the day, she gonna play us against each other. Cause if I take her back, she gonna be like, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? She gonna make me find some reason to want to beef with you, and she gonna run to you and make you have some reason to beef with me, and you just playing into it cause you want some cooch that wasn't yours.
Like, bro, there's enough
To begin
pussy
with,
out
you
here.
feel me?
There's plenty of pussy out here.
It's a lot.
So for me, right, I'm gonna blame Shorty because why would you try to break my friendship up? How dare you?
I don't know, bro.
Even though
I feel like a lot of I'm not.
No.
What you saying?
no, go ahead.
I feel like it's known, or like I don't want to say it like this because I ain't no red pill type of dude. You feel me? But like it's basically known that like females are a little manipulative. You feel me?
Manipulative.
Pause.
Yeah.
Manipulative.
You're done.
I was manipulative.
Canceled.
Do not know
So,
what
like-
manipulative mean.
So
nigga.
like with that being said, you feel me? Like there is no scenario that I can hear in my ears that my homie just be like, bro, I didn't mean to do it. Like, bro, come on, bro.
Like, you didn't tell me that you slipped and fell in that pussy.
What
no way
mean,
you slipped and
What
fell
you
in it.
mean?
I went left and it went right,
yeah,
and then
so-
I was in the. I'm
Like,
sorry.
Next thing you know,
like,
she was sucking my
there's
dick.
no scenario,
bro.
You accidentally
No, bro.
slid in some. Like, there's no scenario, bro. Like, there's no scenario where I could really just be like, you know what, bro? I understand, and it could have happened to me too, because it couldn't have happened to me, because I'm a real nigga.
I feel like I have that. That's like my general thing. Like if there's no accidental cheating,
Yeah.
that just does not happen. There's always like a seed that has been planted at some point, and it develops into what it develops into, and that's when it becomes like. I don't care how drunk you are. There's always like it. Sexual attention is sexual attention. That's
Yeah.
cool, and you can ignore that as long as you need to. But like when it happens, those are choices. Especially my biggest thing, whenever I find out somebody like had some accidental sex with somebody, I'm like, did y'all use a condom? And if you tell me you used a condom, that means you brought the condom to the scene.
True.
That is
Gotcha.
premeditated. Okay, that is premeditated.
Hey, Teddy said it first. If you cheat, go raw.
So check it. So Teddy. How much time do you get for premeditated sex?
Is there
Premeditated cheating? Like what?
I don't
like,
understand.
if you
That's
was
the
to-
electric chair.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Like you know, like when you premeditate murder somebody, you get 25 to life. You feel me?
Right.
You get the chair. You feel me?
Never.
So like for
That's
like
block and delete.
premeditated cheating, how like is that like automatic?
broken up
Like,
with
what
the
if
event anyway.
What if you accidentally have sex, but you're just like a prepared person, so you always got condoms?
Why are you? I like raw sex.
That says it all.
So
That
okay,
says
so
it
let
all.
me. So
Didn't even look at you. Hey, don't nobody else say nothing.
Just stop talking. We gonna end it right there.
Hey, give her a Grammy.
Don't even say anything else. Don't say anything else.
No, I have to because it's gonna be quick. What I have to say is I like raw sex. So if I ever cheat and I say I used a condom, baby, it was premeditated. That's what I'm saying there.
Hey, but
I
look,
don't
look.
speak
Hey,
for all
listen.
of us.
Here's the
Some
only.
of us just
Here's
carry
the only
condoms.
thing, right? Here's the only thing, right? With that premeditated cheating, you cared enough about me to not bring me nothing back. So I feel like that's like strike up. I might still fuck on you. We ain't gonna be together, but I still fuck on because you fuck with me. You
But
feel
then
me?
you looked me in my face every time we had sex and pretended like you didn't have sex with somebody else. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
I rather think
That's crazy
about
as fuck.
her while I'm. Come on now.
That's crazy as fuck.
Like what?
I'm done with
Good.
it. I wash my hands.
So check it, right? So check
Wait,
it.
I gotta say this.
I'm saying,
What kind of nigga does that? Like, I cheated, and I'm about to think about the chick that I cheated with while we're having.
what if her pussy trash?
That is crazy.
What if she sucks?
Nah, bro. Like, bro.
if
Like
you
I
need to think
imagine a
about
nigga's
Shorty?
worst nightmare is like he cheat and like he fall in love with like the girl that he cheated with. Like he can't stop
like
thinking
her
about it.
coochie
Just
better
like,
than his actual shorty.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just
Like, what if she had that slippery slide water tower?
So
like
like,
he
With the-
he
hold on,
put
with
it
the-
in.
I'm
But
gonna
you
have
would
to.
have known that
The
if you
Doggone
cheat.
3000 turbo supercharged.
I'm gonna just have to go focus test this question with some niggas I know who probably cheated. Emphasis on the probably.
Okay. So hey, look, check
What
it.
if it was sex work? Was that still cheating?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
that's
topic
cheating.
for
Yeah,
another
yeah.
day.
definitely.
I mean, do we want to touch on that?
Yeah, we could touch on it. Yeah, let's touch on it.
So she can't touch on it. Or else
So
Like,
check
if the
it.
guy-
So like in real life,
Whoever.
hey, you remember our sex work conversation?
from a
Bro
way
went
back
up
when.
on you, and he be like, I got 30 bands to beat that thing up.
So
And you just sit in the other room.
This
You
is
don't
my
even gotta be
question.
there. You
This
know
is
what
my
I'm saying? Just
question.
let
This
me
is my
do what I gotta
question.
do. I'm gonna wear a rubber, and then I'm gonna give you the money.
this is my question. Was she a sex worker before or after we got together? Because that matters.
I think it
Yo,
matters.
if she
too.
became
I
a sex
know.
worker after y'all got together, I feel like that requires some self-reflection. Like,
yeah, you gotta really look
Like, how
yourself in the
down
mirror as a
bad
man.
are you for
I
your
agree.
girlfriend to turn to some pussy?
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, yeah, I
I
wasn't
agree.
doing this before we got
but like,
If she was a
and
sex-
then she like at this point, it ain't even about the money.
Because if she was a
this shit
sex
for
worker,
fun,
if she
for
was
shits
a
and
sex
giggles.
worker
I just want to nut.
before we got together, and I knew she was a sex worker before we got together, and she went and did her job, because like that's her job.
She went to her
Should I
9
use
to
quotes
5.
for that? I'm gonna use quotes. That's
I
her
don't think
job.
you should use
No,
quotes.
Okay, I'm not gonna use
She
quotes.
did her job. It just
She did her
blows.
job.
Whatever pays the bills, pays the
Yeah,
bills.
so-
Period.
I caught that one. I caught that one. But anyways, that's her job. So like, no, I wouldn't consider that cheating because you knew what you got yourself into before.
What if it was your friend
beforehand.
that bought the pussy?
Again,
Yo,
if it's my friend,
We're going off the rails
so
with
check it.
this.
If it's
We're
my
going
friend,
off the
if it's
rails.
my friend, you gotta charge that nigga double.
Tip.
You gotta charge him double.
oh, bro,
You gotta charge him double.
Can I be honest?
Like, bro,
Nah,
we gonna be high.
Nah.
We gonna be rapping.
So check
You
it.
know
So
what I'm
check
saying?
it. Check it. Check it.
Roasting.
What
We
if
gonna be like, that's why I
what
bought
if
your
our-
bitch pussy.
what if her sex work is OnlyFans?
True.
What if her sex work is
Not
And my
Sex
homie
workers are
bought a
full service.
subscription.
Bro, okay,
That mean I
there's
gotta
a million
smash her on
different-
OnlyFans.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, you can do this all day, but I'm like, man, you lost me
If
at
it's
the.
just a thing.
I'm like, bro.
If it was
So
my
I got
friend,
gloves for both of y'all.
if it was my
I'm
friend,
like,
he gotta charge a double. But I mean, she gotta charge him double. But
Crazy. So he smashing for 40,000.
yeah, no. You said 30, so it's 60.
Yeah, we in the smoke session. This nigga like, man, the best pussy I ever had with this motherfucker. Like,
And then I would have said
That was the best. That was the best
Hey.
60 grand I spent my whole life, boy. I tell you.
I would have said, yeah, that was a good 60 grand you spent, but I spent it better.
Fair.
Okay.
Because it came to.
no, nigga, we all gonna look at you and laugh at you.
Yeah, you definitely get laughed at. But I
that's
mean,
cool.
you made the money.
But at the end of the day, I got
Bro,
the 60K in my
in real
pocket.
life,
You
she
don't
not.
want.
Hey,
you
in
had
real
to
life,
put-
she not giving you that money, bro.
That's why you don't need to be friends with niggas who got
She
that
is
much
not
of a
breaking no
disparity
bread with you. She is
financially.
getting her coochie beat up
Nigga will
and then
buy your
going to
bitch
Steak
off
48.
you.
No. She's going to Dr. Miami.
Dr. Miami? And then Steak 48.
No,
And she
why
still
would
got
go to
enough money.
No, fuck Steak 48. She's going to like Perry's or Del Frisco's.
All right, 20 years later in that relationship, one day you gonna wake up like, bitch. Man,
check it,
you gonna be
check it,
mad.
check
Oh, no, you was mad the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying no matter how you try to like get past, like, oh, I have $60. All right, baby.
If I may say,
10 years, 20
I
years.
feel like you can be supportive as a man or whatever the situation is as a partner if your partner is doing sex work for some time, but after time has passed, things should change. And if things aren't
Right.
changing and y'all aren't
you're
financially
Every weekend,
Yeah,
she
like,
just
y'all-
going and getting bust down for
then it's
$300.
It's like
It's
6
like,
years
where's
into
the
the
evolution?
relationship.
So-
Like, you don't gotta do that no more,
before we
baby.
move
keep
on.
fucking for
like,
money?
I got you now. You
Before
got
we
me.
move on.
Baby, I pay all the bills. What do you fuck for money for?
Exactly. There should be
Nothing wrong with my dick. Just
Before we
say,
move on to our-
me?
just tell me. I'll eat your ass. Tell me.
No. Before we move on to our next one, I just have to ask, how much, if you meet somebody that's a sex worker and you start dating them, how much time needs to pass before they move towards something else?
Until you are able
I feel like
to
if you're-
provide the same amount of money that they're
That's
providing.
exactly how
What
I
if
feel.
you already? What if you already are able to provide?
Not even. Well, I feel like once y'all are comfortable, you feel me. But then it comes down to the foundation of why people do what they do. Like if people are doing what they do just for the money,
Yeah.
it's like once you got the money, there's
Yeah.
really no reason to continue. But like,
But if you
but
like
it's
it
because
for
it's the
something
same.
else.
Because for real, like, because people like will shit on like older strippers, and I don't feel like it should be a thing because I feel like there's no expert. My fucking funky. There's
Don't
no
worry about it.
expiration date on a
Popular.
job. You feel me? Like I feel like when your mindset changes, like then you should change your environment. But that's assuming your mindset changes. Like I don't want to necessarily demonize people for being stuck in a mindset that has been productive for them or that have got them out of a worse situation. Like unless that mindset perpetuates you being in a shitty ass situation
cycle.
Exactly. So to you 50-year-old strippers, keep doing that thing, bro.
I also feel like sex work is very I think it's like selling drugs to me. Like, you know, if you start selling drugs to get out of whatever situation you're in, like I feel it. You know, it's better than just sitting in your crib and just being broke as shit and not contributing to anything. But there has to be a point where you evolve. Or, you know, you got to be investing the money into something. Like you got to be building on something. I think it's the same thing with sex work. Like if that's always your go-to plan and you think that you were gonna make a career out of that, like you can make a career out of dancing and then do other shit. Bitches do lashes and you can do all kind of other stuff. But if whatever the fuck, nails, I don't care.
Do something.
You know what I mean?
That ain't rubbing a nigga dick.
So I have to ask this because like we're going down a rabbit hole, and like I promise this is my last question. So after dancing, what's the next step?
Can I say something right quick?
What's up?
Prior to what you asked for, because I don't feel like I answered the question fully. So
pick your mic up some.
So what I was gonna say was I feel like sex work should be like, if you're gonna do sex work should be a thing as long as like both parties are comfortable. Like when one party isn't comfortable, like then it should be a conversation and something that should be like revalue, because I don't feel like your job should be more important than your relationship. That might be a little bit toxic to some, because some people build their life around their career. But I feel like once you also enter like into a partnership, like you kind of start to build your life around your partnership too.
So on to our next topic, right? Because we are all working adults here, I want to ask y'all something real quick. Would y'all rather work 3 12-hour shifts, 4 10-hour shifts, or 5 8-hour shifts, and why?
I'd like to go first. Neither, fellow Americans. Get your own fucking business and have your own fucking schedule.
If you had to choose from the 3
for massa.
I originally want to say 3 12s, but then I realized that is the only one that isn't a 40-hour week, and I need all my money.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's 36 hours. I ain't like that. That 4 hours gonna show on my check. I don't like that.
It will.
I'm glad you caught that. That was the trick.
Which one would you want to work?
Yeah, which one would you rather work out of the 3?
Yeah, so if I'm getting paid well enough at 36 hours, I'm working 3 days out of the week.
Oh God!
If
I'm making more at the 36 hours than the 10-hour, the 40-hour.
You ain't making shit on that 8.
Smarter, not harder. I think we should make it general. If we were getting paid minimum wage, I think that makes the question more realistic. If we were getting paid minimum wage, would you rather work 3 12-hour shifts?
That hurt.
Right? Does that not?
Minimum wage?
Okay, so I'm talking about minimum wage in Texas or minimum wage in California?
We talking about $7.25 or $15?
We talking Target minimum wage or McDonald's minimum wage?
HEB minimum wage or Kroger minimum wage?
Y'all know what she meant.
But like, if we talk about Mickey D's minimum wage,
Nick,
I probably hit them 410s out, get them hoes out the way.
I feel like I hit the 410s.
Yeah, I'm with the 410s.
Get my 40 be done.
And also, the question is it one of those places that if you hit over 8 hours in a day, do they give you overtime?
Nigga, that's too much detail, man.
Hey, look,
Come on, man.
I want the 410s.
Nah, that's a real thing, though.
I know. I'm saying we know it is.
I want the 410s, but I want Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
Give me the 3 12s, and I can spend the 2 hours in the bathroom.
Yeah,
every shift.
I agree.
Doing nothing.
I agree
You
with
wanna know?
Alia.
Just on my phone.
Taking 3 12s and calling my rest of the week, mine. Cause like
A nurse
that.
life.
Fuck that. Like fuck that other shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 410. When I used to fly, my ideal, like, usually my trip would be 4 hours, or not 4 hours, 4 days of the week, and then I would have 3 days to be at home, and then you do it again the next week. So I feel like the 4 10-hour shifts works.
With Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
I don't really care as long as I get 3 days to myself.
Like, nigga, it's 3
Yeah.
days, 3 days.
Like, I ain't gonna
I
lie, 3
want those
days is the
specific
best
3
bet.
days.
But
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
3 days
Yeah,
is
leave
the
me
best bet for sure.
Okay.
As
Work
long
Sunday,
as it pays
Monday,
well.
Tuesday.
All right. So while we talking about flying, right? This has been going on social media. I saw this about 2 weeks ago. I saw it last week as well. And I want to bring it to y'all's attention. Should plus size people be given extra seats for free on flights so that they can be comfortable?
I'm gonna let y'all answer first, and then I got y'all based on experience.
Hell no.
You have experience with plus size people?
Hell no.
Yeah, she was a flight attendant. That's why that's one of the main
I
reasons
thought you
why I
was a
brought it.
chubby chick,
Can
too.
I go first?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I already
So, as you can see, I may not be the tallest,
That's okay.
but I am kind of hefty.
He said I'm stocky.
And if
He a Teletubby.
fuck you,
Oh.
if I am willing to buy, if I buy my flight 3 to 6 months in advance, and I'm willing to pay that $20, $30 extra to sit in first class and have that 6 extra inches of leg room and that 3 to 4 extra inches of width, you should be willing to pay for those extra seats for you to be comfortable. If I have to pay to be comfortable, you should too.
Okay.
Can I say something?
I'm listening.
This might be controversial now. I feel like, okay, but I'm kind of gonna lighten the controversy. As in, I feel like if you are considered to be obese or like morbidly obese, to where you need 2 seats to sit comfortably on an airline flight, I feel like if you can prove that your obesity is due to like a medical condition, then I feel like then that extra fee should be like waived or discounted. You get what I'm saying? But like if your body is like that based on like lifestyle choices. Nah, man.
I'm laughing because Sean's laughing.
No, bro, because like what I want to say is hilarious. Go ahead. I'm
Pay
sorry.
the money because kind of like, for example, like the people that have like emotional support animals, you feel me, they have to put their animals through that training. They have to, you know, put out money financially, and their animal has to go through that training to get certified, you feel me, versus like someone just like buying a jacket, an emotional animal support jacket off Amazon, putting it on their dog and expecting to get all the same privileges. Like that don't
Well,
work.
so there's a difference between service animals and emotional support.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well,
like,
that
Yeah.
makes a difference
I
on the plane.
just
though.
to
That makes a
piggyback
difference.
off of what she said, and to be a little bit harsher, if you can afford to eat enough to be 400 pounds, then you should be able to afford that extra fucking seat. And like that's not even trying to
Seats
shit.
only cost $30-$40, bro.
Bro, like that's how much you spend at Golden Corral, bro. You straight.
No, they don't spend that much to go to crowd. Go to crowd like $10. All you can eat.
So I do agree with Ali about the medical thing, because like there's people with diabetes and
For sure.
there's people who are handicapped, and it's like you kind of get restricted from being able to work out and try to burn whatever excess you might have on your body to make yourself smaller. So it's like
Metabolism.
Right.
exactly. So under that, I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
They should be allowed more space. But other than that, of course, I agree. Just you gotta buy another seat.
Just gotta
dog.
find another seat, bro.
Big dog.
Before you go, I have a question. So people who, so by that logic, that's me and medical. That's something they can't control, right?
Right.
So somebody who's 7 foot, that's something they can't control.
They
Yeah,
can't.
like me.
So you should be
not
given
7 foot.
I know, right?
you should be given first class just because you're 6'5".
Yeah, no, I just gotta sit in that
Or
hole
I
and
feel
my
like
bones
or
got hurt.
discounted.
Or like just like they could understand that you need the aisle row. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I'm saying like need a hip. That shit is a problem
Like-
sometimes, like on the plane,
Yeah.
especially with if
But if
any,
you're in the aisle, you can pick
Unless
the
you-
legs up.
But I'm just saying,
Well,
like,
yeah.
no, like, if y'all are specifically, like, talking about height now, like, if somebody's, like, way over the average height, you get what I'm saying?
Like
Height is
7
something
foot
you can't
5.
control.
like, exactly. Like, they can either sit scrunched up, like, in the regular aisle, or they can pay the extra money to do first class. However, because considering for the average size people, first class is considered expensive, I don't feel like, therefore,
you
first
buy
class
early.
should be... Regardless, whatever price that first class is for the average person, whether you buy early or late, like I feel like there should be some sort of like 10% discount or something for people that like have no choice but to spend the money for first class because of their fucking height.
I see.
Like Shaq can't sit in economy.
Well, let me explain.
Nobody wants Shaq to see.
Like,
So Shaq is tall and big.
But that's
he needs his own
he
plane.
needs 2 first class.
that's not a basis of like a medical diagnosis, but that is a medical. It's like, yeah, bro, I'm 7 foot.
Because he has
one.
like an enlarged heart.
That's like
though.
gigantism or something like that.
Yeah. Like I'm 7'1", bro. I cannot fit in those chairs. But yeah.
So, I think the same way. I was just gonna thank you. I think the same way. Like you can get Adderall for saying you can't pay attention to many things. Like you could just. It's very easy to get Vyvanse and things like ADHD, like I don't know, depression. Like it's really easy to get medications like that. And I feel like.
Why are we talking about drugs?
Nah, for real.
I'm going somewhere. So I feel like you can be obese for like medical reasons, or maybe you just have like an addiction to eating, and that's it in its own way. Like just like you can be addicted to sex, you can be addicted to weed, you can be addicted to drinking. Like alcoholism is a medical, to me, is a medical condition too. So I feel
Conviction.
But if you can prove that like it's a medical thing, then that makes sense. Because like,
but it doesn't take much to prove it. Is I think what I'm trying to get at. Like, so I feel like if really all it takes is just like going the extra mile to go.
Yeah, when I don't eat, I start itching.
Like, I feel like the best answer to that is just like be inclusive in general, because like I worked on so many planes where even like regular sized people would be really scrunched up, especially on small jets and stuff. So like maybe just make the seats bigger, like, or maybe I don't know, like
tickets will be more expensive.
I've seen people struggle. I've had to be in situations where I had to give a person an extra seatbelt because the seatbelts would not connect, and we had to, and that's really embarrassing for those people.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that's really embarrassing for them to have to ask.
Stop it, Eli.
I've even had situations where like I watched
Shot, stop.
I had situations where I watched a person like struggle to make the seatbelt work, and I offered them, because they tell you in training you're not supposed to offer them because it makes them feel like bad or whatever. But I've been in situations where like we got like 2 minutes to close this door, and if we don't close this door in 2 minutes, then I'm getting docked for it, you know? So I've had situations where like I brought the belt and I was like, hey, you think you want this? And they're like, no, I got it. But no, bitch, you need that shit, you know? And so in those cases, it's like maybe they should have just gave you 2 seats. They saw you when you walked on this bitch. Like they knew what the fuck it was gonna be. So I don't know. I think my overall answer is I think it should be free, but I don't know if I agree to the fact of like they should have to prove some kind of medical situation.
If it's free, then everybody should get a discount.
I got something to say.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say last.
What that's gonna open up the door to is, first of all, it's not gonna be free. You know how corporations work. They're gonna start checking weight before you even get allowed to buy a ticket. You know what I'm saying?
I think maybe
like
they should do that anyways.
See, now we come to a
now
compromise.
you have discrimination.
Literally, you two heavies to be on this side.
Listen, here's how I feel. All of y'all have been very inclusive. This is how I feel. Everybody has shit, okay, that's going on in their lives that causes their lives to be a little harder. You feel me? And since we know we have that shit, we prepare. You feel me? We're prepared because we know we have shit. Some people are afraid of heights, so they know they need to bring a little
mask.
They don't freak out when they look out the window. You feel me? Like everybody gets on a fight prepared for whatever the fuck kind of shit they got going on. So if you couldn't be bothered to spend an extra $30, as my brother over here said, and prepare for that fight a little bit earlier, because you look down, you know what weight you are. You feel me?
So like, you see that you can't see your genitals.
Oh, I didn't say all that.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
You already knew all of these things. All these things were factors before you hopped on this plane, bro. You could have prepared for that, but instead you decided you were gonna hop on this plane and make it somebody else's problem. And that's why I don't really mess with that. Like I'm not gonna make my personal issues somebody else's problem. Like me having ADHD ain't nobody else's problem. I can't sit still. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna make that somebody else's problem. I'm gonna prepare for that myself.
So what you're saying is not all birds were meant to fly.
Yeah, especially the big ones.
Nah, like real quick. Now answer this for me. Do you ostrich has wings, right? Ostrich has wings, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen an ostrich fly through the air
They gotta
before?
run on land.
A bus, a pickup truck.
A plane is heavier than a bus, though.
No, I'm saying like take a bus. There's room on buses.
It's
Yeah,
cheaper
but
to
it's
get
not
2 seats on a
time
bus than it
efficient.
is 2 seats on a plane.
It's not time efficient. It's not as convenient.
Plan better.
It's cheaper to get 2
But
seats on a bus than
all
it is 2
I'm
seats on a
saying
plane.
is because you decide to live a heavier lifestyle,
An inconvenient body.
a heavier because you decide to live a heavier lifestyle,
to stop,
you
bro.
are choosing to inconvenience those around you. Because if you feel like you deserve a free seat, then that's taking money out of that corporation.
Fuck that corporation.
Everybody else's flight is going to be more expensive.
Everybody else's flight gonna be more expensive. Not even that. If they're giving you a free seat, you're making somebody else like come like this. They don't know that you're big before you get on that plane.
Have y'all ever flown American?
I fly American all the time, but let me finish.
No, go ahead.
So they don't know that you're big before you get on that plane. You feel me? They're not, like you said, they're not doing weight checks. They're not saying, hey, send a picture of your body before you buy this ticket.
If you don't
put
fit
you
that
on
in this
scale,
frame.
So with that being said,
God.
if all 300 of those seats are filled and you want a free seat, that means that they have to kick somebody off that flight
Well, this is what I like to say to
for
Teddy's
them to
point.
get that free seat,
To Teddy's point,
which is inconveniencing
is
them.
that the corporation has the leverage, so they're going to use their leverage to still extract a maximum dollar, and that's really what we're fighting against. Because it's like, would it be that big a deal to give them more space?
No.
But in actuality, the corporation is trying to extract as much money as they can out of us, and so that's the unfortunate thing that we're
So
fighting
like
Also, it's
any flight,
also
any
fair.
plane
And
that
it's
has
not
a
fair.
fat seat would automatically cost more to get on. Like you would have to pay more for those tickets.
We're not gonna call it fat seats, bro.
Right.
We're not gonna call it fat seats. We're gonna call it a heavy
Can I-
lifestyle
can
seat.
No more
Can I
stress on
say
the jet.
something to dead this topic?
Yeah.
So back to the point that I had made earlier. Fuck proving a medical diagnosis. Like, let's just consider.
Bro.
Hey, look, you can't get it out. If you start giving free seats to people who live a larger lifestyle, then start giving people free seats who live a taller lifestyle too, so that they can be comfortable. And we're gonna end it on that.
Okay.
It starts giving skinny people cheaper
Well,
tickets.
no, if you're gonna say that, then let me say this. I was gonna say that just consider being morbidly obese like a medical condition, and have people still pay for their seats if they're morbidly obese, but just get a little bit
Make
of a
them
discount.
pay. So
Call it a day.
A
If you're tall as fuck,
eating more.
you get a little bit of a discount.
all right.
Short people, average people, we just eat shit, bro. It is what it is.
All right.
Next.
Yeah, just
So-
be average.
So
Nice.
just pay for being healthy.
That's tough. I mean, you are kind of paying for being healthy, but look, check it. So
Kale's
on to thought
expensive.
tips before we get to our main topic. I want to go first.
You-
I actually thought about this one before we got here.
Billie Jean.
Yeah, and then that's why I said Billie Jean. Thank you. So, Michael Jackson told us in Billie Jean.
that was not his song.
No. People always told me to be careful who you love. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. What he forgot to mention was you can't break these young girls' hearts if you out here giving them 100% dick.
100%.
You got to give them 50%, 40.
Hey, do it like milk. Give him 2.
You can't give them 100% dick, because if you give them 100% dick and you out here breaking young girls' hearts, they gonna end up breaking your windshields. They gonna end up slashing your
poor
tires.
baby.
They gonna end up putting sugar in your tank.
Sugar in your tank.
Sugar
Feel
in your
like this
tank.
thought is
Rice in your
misogynistic.
tank. They gonna bleach your clothes. They gonna bleach your shoes. Yeah,
Bro,
They-
I don't think anybody's dick is
the
that
woman
good.
that whoever hypothetically was dealing with, she didn't need dick or a relationship. She needed a job
Counseling.
because she had too much fucking free
and
time.
she needed counseling
Get it,
too.
get
So with that being said, young men out here dropping off 100% dick and breaking hearts, stop. You can't do that. You have to give them 25 to 75.
You think Michael Jackson was giving
want
100%?
to take a break from these. I want to take a break.
I had a comment, but we're not gonna do MJ like that.
I want to take a break from the hoe tips to see how they felt about your tips. Oh my bad, I forgot we weren't hoe tips.
I feel like that's very misogynistic, and that's assuming that like
niggas got 100% dick to give.
And I feel like even though women are like emotional by nature, like that statement, LA, that you kind of just said, kind of makes it assume that like once women like get good sex, like they just lose all sense.
Dickmatized.
Like, and I don't feel like that's true. I feel like if a woman's
Go ahead.
I feel like if a woman's putting a brick through your windshield, it's because you did her dirty as fuck.
Damn.
I think so too.
Or
I don't condone it.
Or
understand.
You are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You're not emotionally mature yet. And you're out here taking somebody's virginity that you shouldn't have been taking somebody's virginity.
How old is the person taking the virginity?
The same age, in that same age range.
16?
I feel like
You had a car at 16?
Yeah, I had a car in that
he
grade.
was privileged.
I was privileged.
Okay, well, let me rephrase. If we're talking about young developing minds, yes, young developing minds are fucking insane. If we're talking about average,
That's who my tip is to.
Okay.
My tip ain't to the grown-ups.
Make it clear.
No,
I was confused.
I said to the young men.
Oh,
I
said could be 25.
Right?
He giving the tip to young men.
I'm giving a
young
tip.
man as well.
18-year-olds shouldn't be fucking. Y'all don't even pay taxes.
I'm speaking. I am speaking to the young adolescent, to the young adult. 21.
They don't even know about 100%.
Nobody
Well,
caught
if
that,
I
bro.
can
That
add
was
on to what you
amazing.
said, are you done? Was that your
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop giving out 100% dick. Don't stop. If you're gonna be out here breaking hearts, and if you are gonna be breaking hearts, give them 25 to 75.
If you're going to be breaking someone's heart, you should definitely be giving them 100% dick because at least they got that experience. Like, why
And
would
you should have
want to
insurance on your car.
Why would you want to be heartbroken over someone who was giving half-ass dick anyways? Like, that's not
That's
making
what I'm
sense to
saying.
me.
Like the heartbreak don't come from the sex.
not
The
from the
heartbreak comes
sex.
from the shitty ass bitch.
Okay,
in the
but I
it
feel
seems
like-
you're limiting yourself.
Listen,
Do you
listen,
think
here's
you're
what I
on
have
your
to
dick?
say.
Is that what you think?
Please,
Is that what
please.
they're telling you?
to just comment on
You're
what
more
y'all are
than a
saying
dick.
right now, right? I feel like y'all can concur. A shitty person with trash dick is just trash.
I've seen
You know
girls
what I'm
go
saying?
hard
But
over
like,
shitty
I
dick.
feel like you will take more shit from a nigga with good dick and then have the time to be mad about it.
I feel
You
like
feel me?
bitches take shit from
Whereas
niggas with money.
the shitty nigga would, I mean,
If he was
true.
shitty and
if
he-
he got shit, if he got dick and money, then you're gonna stay there for a longer time and be more mad about it and fuck up more of his shit. You feel me? So it's like, yeah,
All
you
I'm
can
saying-
say that the dick doesn't matter,
All
as
I'm
women
saying-
like to say, but like, if he had trash dick, he wouldn't have been there long enough to see his personality.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I just know.
So you mean to tell me you have never had a man come through, beat your cervix up, beat your cervix up,
He said the
touch that spot, that
Hey, it's
specific
2023.
spot.
Women don't like the
2023.
cervix anymore.
20, bro, touch that one spot, because we all know that one spot that be like, yeah, craziness activated.
No.
No.
As a person who rocks their own world on a
That
daily
no was
basis,
so.
because my
It
thing
was
is,
like, nah, bro, we're not agreeing with that.
when
Fuck you.
yeah, I
I'm
can't. I'm
calling
sorry,
cap.
I can't. As a person who openly masturbates very often, and I'm so
Like in
good
public?
at it. No, openly, like I'm open to having that conversation because I think everyone should masturbate at some point in their life so they can understand what they want and don't want when they're having sex with other people. So I rock my world and I do my thing so well that I don't really being dickmatized is not a thing. Now, what I will say is if you start having conversations like what's our future gonna look like, or like, you know, like when you start making me invest in an intimate non-sexual way, that's what's gonna make me act
Can I
crazy.
ask you a question?
What?
It's kind of personal.
That's cool.
When did you lose your virginity?
And I was 16, going on 17,
I just want to say,
Ali,
with a boy.
may I ask you the same question?
I feel like I wasn't old enough to consent to losing my virginity. We can leave it at that. But I would also like to say, I feel like you could beat my service up and I still fucking hate you.
Cause you still suck. You fucking suck. You just got good dick. That's it. That
But
means
I bet
nothing.
you fucked him more than once.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that could be
Knowing that he sucked.
maybe I need a little therapy.
What's y'all's tips?
If my tip would be, if the dick is that good that you feel like you want to keep getting your own feelings hurt, then accept that and take accountability for what it is. That's my biggest thing. If the dick is that good that you're willing to put your heart at risk, then own up to that. Like, no, that's what you're doing, but don't take it out on the other person because you're choosing. So this is a
woman with growth, not a child I was talking about.
Don't cuss your nigga out for cheating if you're still going to stay with them. That makes no sense.
Don't get back with somebody after they cheat.
You should have just kept the disgruntledness.
That's the thought tip that I have, bro.
Also, what was I gonna say? Ladies, don't get fucking dickmatized, bro. Like, even if he beating the pussy up from the front to the back, like keep the same size. Keep your logical head about you, because sexual demons are real. Like, energy is transferred. Like, people's problems can become your problems. Your success can become their success, all through sex, from men to women and women to men. It's a very real thing. And also, you can also protect yourself from that energy exchange via condoms, because it is understood that, you know,
condom bodies don't count.
And that and raw sex, like raw sex, you're just so much more in tune spiritually. Like, you wonder, like, why you're like all wrapped up over this man or wrapped up over this woman. It's because, like, y'all are exchanging fluids fucking every day. Y'all are exchanging DNA. Like, you swallowing this man's cum and you feel like you're not gonna be crazy about him. Come on now.
I mean, some people just swallow a lot of cum.
That made no sense.
But
wow, Sean.
My thoughts. Here's mine. Right, it's something that I just wish would stop among all people, just men, women, everyone.
You talking about people stop eating butt?
They should also stop doing that.
Back to that. Let's not.
Here's what I feel like people should stop doing. Stop being openly delusional, as in, like, you know that this ain't the only person you fucking with, but if you find out that they fucking with somebody else, you finna flip shit. Or, like, other way around. Like, I feel like all around that is crazy, and, like, that makes the current atmosphere that we have, where nobody really knows where they stand with their significant others, because they like, she could really love me, or she could just be crazy, and she could be like fucking 3 other dudes and telling me she loved me and beat my ass.
Love you.
That's why I'm consensual.
And beat my ass every time she sees somebody text me. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Out here getting her black blown out. Like, that shit is crazy.
Eli?
Oh, so mine was completely different from y'all shit. I'm just like, I'm tired of I guess, not necessarily my generation. Well, it's still my generation. I'm just tired of all the people who are young, being so, like, stiff about, like, caring about somebody. You know, everybody's like, oh, I don't have feelings and all this shit. Don't get me wrong, I've been that person, but that was a defense mechanism. And so, like, it just seems like it works better for people to just be honest. Like, yeah, look, I'm a little hurt right now. You shouldn't even fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you got going on. Because what we're talking about is just people. We're talking about people hurting people emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like
perpetual cycle.
Exactly. And so
I love the SAT words that we've all been using today. Well, not me, but y'all.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I read a book every once in a while.
So yeah, that's my only tip. Is like, if you gotta slow down, if you gotta be celibate, if you gotta not fuck with somebody, that's okay. But turning it on in the opposite way of like, oh no, I'm gonna just do whatever because I don't have feelings. But you just lying to yourself, and eventually, at some point, maybe it's gonna take some time, but at some point, that's gonna come to a head in your life. Maybe it might happen while you're sleeping. You have a dream, and then you wake up, you're like, oh fuck, what have I done? But
Nick Cannon.
Wow.
Fire!
Yeah, he shot that cannon 2 times.
Wow.
Good job.
God. Alia.
I feel like Black China would have been a good one too.
She has 2 baby daddies.
She only got 2.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
she woke up one day and was like, I don't want to be.
I don't want to be.
I don't think that's what that was.
Nah.
I think it took time.
So
think about how they are with Rob. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. You good?
That's a
You good.
different
We're not
tangent
gonna
for
go down that
another
rabbit
day.
hole of China Black.
Next.
China Black.
Wait, can I
Angela.
touch
It's
on
her
what Sean
name.
said though about the delusional portion? Because I've known girls. I don't really know a lot of guys that act that way, but I do know girls who.
I know a
like,
lot of guys with that.
I had a guy threw my keys on top of
Niggas be
McDonald's.
quiet about it.
I'm sorry.
Niggas be quiet about
Oh,
it.
bro, a
nigga,
dude will
that's
be at the spot with his side chick and then see his girl on
man.
Instagram outside and be like, no, the fuck she not.
And go to the bathroom and be
That
like,
card FaceTimer.
tripping.
But
Nigga, you on a whole date, nigga.
That's-
Take your ass.
wow. Okay.
all right, so let's go ahead and get into our main topic. Now that we done had our fun, we done had our thought tips, we done had our subtopics. We're gonna get into like versus love. My first question for y'all when it comes to like versus love, because it really is liking a person versus loving a person. Let's talk about, is it possible to love someone without liking them?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, like after, can I clarify something about
Go
that?
ahead.
You already went through the like step and then got to the love step, but then lost the like part.
Okay, so you want to say, is it all right? Can you stop liking somebody after you love them? You want me? Was that a better question for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
So for me, the answer is yes, without a doubt,
Yes.
because people's personalities change.
Yep.
And I may have liked your personality before, but you've grown as a person, and the person that you've grown to, I don't fuck with anymore.
Maybe you devolved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the oddball out because I know the generic answer is, yeah, bro, I can love that nigga and still hate him. Nah, bro. In reality, bro, you either don't love him or you don't love yourself. Because if you can wake up next to somebody that you hate every day and be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's struggle today again. You know what I'm saying?
We're
Like,
not necessarily saying you gotta wake up next to him, but it's like you can love somebody and like be willing to do something for them, right? For example, like they need you.
okay, if you're talking about just general love, yeah, like I don't even like my mama. I love her though. She
That's
cool.
what I mean.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like she cool
what I
people.
was
But
thinking.
if I'm talking about romantic love, like
Fuck no.
I want to have sex with
this
you,
whole
love.
show.
Like
No, yeah, no.
I can't have sex with you
My
if I
love
don't
language
like you.
sound
Like it don't matter how much I love you.
Stick a pin in what my fellow co-host was saying, right? He advocated for the men. He said, we don't fuck people that we don't like. That's a lie. Y'all fuck niggas and bitches y'all like every day.
I
out
don't
of some
fuck niggas.
pussy. We
Don't
talked
fuck
about
niggas at
this
all.
last week. We literally talked
We
about
ain't
how
never talked about this fucking.
no, we talked about this. We had talked about this already, as in when I
And she
was
still
talking
insisted
about
on us.
how
Go ahead.
fucking women sometimes will play the game too far and then feel like they have to go all the way with the man because of XYZ. And we've also talked about how just men, out of insecurity and the need for validation from the opposite sex, will fuck bitches that they don't even like just to say that they fucked bitches. So I definitely very much so feel like within the romantic spectrum of things that it is possible to love somebody and be in love with them, but also piggybacking off what LA said and not like them no more, because somebody can evolve into something that you don't like, and that doesn't necessarily change your love, but you just don't like the person that they are now.
Okay.
All right. So okay, my bad. Well, just mine is real quick. Just to off what you said or whatever. Fucking. At the end of the day, you said dudes will fuck somebody for the validation and insecurity. You like the validation that they gave you. You like them. With the women, and they flirted so far and got so far that they feel like they have to have sex. You liked what that nigga was saying to you. You liked the dream he was telling you. And therefore, you got to the point where you're like, damn, I didn't flirted with this nigga so much because flirting with him was so fun that now we're fucking. So at the end of the day, it was something about him that you liked. You may not have liked him overall, and you may not like his characteristics, but there was something about that nigga that you liked, and that's why you fucked him.
So I just want to return us
People just don't have
to
self-esteem.
To the main topic.
I'm
to,
like
like-
versus love.
Thank
Yeah,
you. And
like,
that's
so
the
with
thing.
that being said,
Well,
are you about to say something?
Well, I just wanted to point out, like, that was that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is liking someone and loving them, and then losing the like part. We're not talking about a random fuck. But
I guess I will say I kind of see, like, because he's picking back up what she's saying, and her thing was like
his original point was saying that he couldn't wake up next to somebody every day.
That was a part of his point, but that wasn't his main point.
I'm just saying, like, that was a part of his point, but that was the part that I was piggyback off of it.
I was just reminding the audience that was a tangent
that
from the actual main point that he was making. That's what I'm saying. The main point he was making is that I can't like, then love, then lose the like in a romantic situation.
So you're saying you can't?
No, I said I can't.
Oh, you said you can't.
Like,
so you're saying that if you love somebody, you're gonna like them regardless.
I'm gonna like them
regardless,
even if they change.
He's talking about in a romantic situation.
Yeah, because like if someone's changed into something that you just can't be a part of no more, then you love the experience that you had with them, but you don't love them
what
anymore.
If she so let's bring us back to the earlier point in the show when I asked, was she selling coochie before or after y'all got together?
Oh my god. But anyway, so
if she wasn't selling coochie before you got with her, now she's selling coochie and that's not something you can get by. You don't like the person she's become.
Yeah, but that like
I
again
think that changes the whole thing.
Again,
thank you.
But like even with that, it's real simple though. It's real simple. You love the experience y'all had. You love the times y'all spent together. You love the connection that y'all once had. But at the end of the day, if the traits that she is now or he is now portraying are no longer lining up with you, you can't say that you're in love because you hold none of the characteristics that somebody in love would hold.
So I'll speak. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, nah, you can go, Eli.
Well, all I wanted to say is just from my personal experience, that holds true with the romantic part. With romantic love, once I can't like her and not like her and love her if we're romantic.
Yeah.
That becomes just general caring about you, but like I'm not in love.
We
anymore.
Cool now. Like you homie.
I'm saying, like, if I stop liking you, I'm not in love anymore either. I might care about your well-being, your outcomes, things like that. She can call me for something, right?
And I'll help.
No, not.
I'll help.
I'm saying, like, that's something that's a real thing. If I fell in love and then fell out of love, no, she can't call me for no dick. No, it's over.
Like,
all of that shit's gone. All that shit's gone. Because like, it takes some real shit to happen for me to get there. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm like, I don't like her no more. That's like, that doesn't just happen overnight for me. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit that builds up to where I have to make a decision. Like, you know what? Fuck this. For my better sake, fuck this. You know what I'm saying?
What I was gonna say was I kind of see what you're trying to say, Sean. Like in regards to if you were with somebody, like say like they were super happy-go-lucky, like at the beginning, like of the relationship, and just kind of like as time went by, like their personality kind of like got more monotonous, got more gloomy, and not even just like they're depressed, but like, because sometimes people be putting on like a mask before they get into a relationship, and then when they get into a relationship, it's like mask of future, right? So with that being said, like if you don't like the person that they have become, then you are kind of like in love with the idea of what that person was.
Yeah. And
like when they're not that anymore, it's like it changes like entirely.
So can a relationship based solely on liking somebody last long term?
I feel like the relationships that last the longest are relationships that are essentially like friendships. That makes sense.
I really got something to say to what you just said, right? So like, if y'all were serious in y'all's relationship, right? Y'all came up with a plan eventually at some point, right? For the future, right? In a lot of ways, one side of each individual in a relationship has their own weight of the relationship to hold up. So like, let's say your plan was to become this thing, right? A part of something that I've experienced myself is one person in that relationship not becoming what they were supposed to be over time. That doesn't mean that they're not still that happy spirit person, but it's like they might have had an objective and they didn't reach it.
growth
Right.
And that's a real thing, is that it didn't pan out how it was supposed to or expected. And for y'all's relationship to suffer as a result, that's a real thing too. It's not like that woman would be wrong to leave that man because he was supposed to become something that he didn't over time.
True.
And it's not like he's wrong to leave her because she didn't do it as well. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a real thing, and you can't dismiss that and how it plays out in an actual intimate relationship that, you know, loses that like for each other because it's like, nah, we were supposed to be this and it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
True.
All right. So we're gonna touch on this. So y'all said that you can't love somebody without liking them because you're not gonna fall out of, you're not gonna stop liking them if you still love them, right? So tell me, is there a difference between liking someone and loving them, or is it synonymous?
I feel like there's a huge difference between liking and loving someone. I feel like liking someone is liking the shit that they want you to like, liking the shit that they put on every morning to like make people like them. You feel me? Like liking somebody because they can make people laugh. Like they want you to like that. You feel me? But like loving somebody is loving their fucking morning breath.
But you mean liking this shit? You mean like liking it? Like because you just skipped to loving, you didn't necessarily.
Like, so like I was in opposition. Liking versus loving. Liking is liking the stuff that is only positive. You feel me? Liking the stuff that they want you to like. Where I feel like loving is loving the shit that they can't help. You feel me? Like loving like who they are, like when they're not trying to be anybody else but themselves. You feel me? Like that's what I feel like love is to me. And I feel like you can't lose that because no matter what change a person goes through, no matter what blah 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 life happens, at the core they're still that person. And if you love that person, then you'll never fall out of that. If you like and love that person, you'll never lose that. But if you only like the stuff that was on the surface, then that's easy to lose because surface level shit disappears all the time.
That's true. I agree with that. But if we are talking strictly in the confines of like a relationship, I feel like you can like you can love somebody and you can like somebody, but I don't know, kind of just to like piggyback off what Eli's saying, like the foundation like of the relationship, like if y'all's relationship was like based on like certain like relationship goals and stuff, and like those goals aren't met, I don't feel like you can love somebody till the end and back, but like if being with that person is like not being conducive to life plans, like you gotta let that person go. And I feel like you can still like love and like that person and still not be with them. And I feel like that's where the one that got away like comes from, you know, because a lot of people are with people that they don't love because they're still in love with somebody else, but that person wasn't who they.
I'm sorry,
be.
because that brings a great point, because you were like, okay, you know what I'm saying, let me be harsh about this. I'm gonna be harsh about this. Leaving a dude that ain't got to where he was supposed to be in the allotted time of y'all's relationship, right? And then after y'all break up, he goes and bees what he's supposed to be. Are y'all supposed to get back together now?
I don't necessarily think so.
Yeah, nah, you lost that because you
That's the one that got away though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's the one that got away though.
But that's why I don't agree with either of y'all's thinking of like, if they don't reach a goal in a certain amount of time, and our relationship was goal oriented because we like to motivate each other to reach each other's goals, but they didn't reach this certain goal in the 10 years that we've been together. So now
10 years is crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. But if his
crazy.
goal was to be if his goal was to be the fucking mayor, then 10 years isn't that crazy. You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie to you, that is crazy, bro. That's a 5-year journey, bro.
I would also like to say, because I know we're kind of running out of time or whatever, but some people use like a breakup as the catalyst to do better. Because it's the reason why some people like are bitter, like, and I don't necessarily want to refer this to women, but the trope is like with women of like a woman will ask a man to be this, ask a man to do this, do, please do this, and then they fucking break up, and then everything that she was asking homeboy to do, he's doing for the next girl.
Yeah.
But that's just because like, baby girl wasn't the one.
No, that's not true. Hell no, that's not true.
But you get what I'm saying though. Like
acrimony.
So I feel like that's also like the thing, because I feel like sometimes relationships breed complacency.
Yep.
Yes.
That's for sure true.
I got two things I waited. Well, go ahead. My bad. No, I'm waiting on y'all.
All right, so I want to say, because I said it earlier, I truly believe that you can like somebody, because to get in a relationship with somebody, you have to first like them.
True.
You have to like them, you have to get to know them, so forth and so on. And the person you get to know, that's the person you like. Then you in turn fall in love with them, right? Because after spending so much time together, after having these experiences together, after getting to know this person, you love them, right? And then you go in, but then, like I said, people grow. People grow, and sometimes they take steps backwards. Or, like Ali said, they had a mask on the whole time. So I believe that you can love somebody. You can have love for somebody. You can love it. Like Sean said, he said it's experiences, so forth and so on, the outside. I believe that you can love this person, their inside and out. Relationship, family member, friend, anybody. You can love somebody inside and out and not like them because you could not like who they are as a person down in their core anymore. Just plain and simple. If I got a homie who I met him, bro was a good person, right? I love bro to death. He started selling drugs, pimping, and scamming.
Circumstances made him a worse off.
I don't like that.
Yep.
I love you to death, and I'm gonna love you from a distance, but I don't like who you've become as a person. Yeah. So I don't like you. I don't like who you become as a person. I'm going to distance myself. Yeah. Same thing in a relationship. You may have never called me out my name a day in your life. We done been together for 5 years. Now, every day for the next 2 years, I'm a B word, I'm a H word. You hate my guts. You wish you never met me. And mind you, the whole time I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I need to do to fix this.
Right.
And it's not fixed. I can't, I done been in therapy. Yeah. I went on a spiritual journey. I saw a guru. I saw a shaman. A shaman.
We had
wipe your ass.
But it's just not working. Like the person who you've become and the person who I've become, the person who we are, the people who we are now, no longer coincide with each other.
You grew differently.
I want to.
You can fall out of liking someone.
Go ahead.
Dude, would you like to speak?
I've been waiting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm after 10.
So I think Americans mostly have this idea of being in love, but like other
she said it like
cultures,
she's not American.
I am American, but like other cultures and languages, some of them don't even have words for being in love. Like they all of it is based on actions.
Money.
And that too, financial, contractual things like that. And like for me, I don't know if I've actually ever really been like in love so much as like I learned to love people because I think that's what I'm supposed to do, because I feel like people have to learn to love me. I'm a difficult fucking person. So like that's what I extend. And I've been in situations where a person asked me if I was in love with them, and I was like, I care about this person. I spend all my time with them and whatever, but I had to say no because I didn't feel that. But I've also been in a situation where I was like, I'm doing all these things for this person, and like they're asking me for their time and I'm asking them for loyalty or whatever, and then I fucked around and was like, do you think I'm in love with you? And they said no, and I was offended for some reason, but as time passed I was like, if I'm not making you feel like I'm in love with you, then I probably I'm not showing up for you in the way that a person that loves you would. You know what I mean?
Whatever that looks like.
Because most people, especially in our generation, we're very verbal, we're very expressive, especially like once you start learning about love languages, like you say your physical, your thing is touch, right?
Physical.
Right.
There she go again doing it.
And we're materialistic. People love things.
And that's the thing too. So I feel like once you start having those conversations and people start expressing to you what they want and don't want, or what they like and dislike in a relationship, and you're not meeting those standards, or you stop meeting those standards, then I think it's acceptable for a person to say, I'm no longer in love with you. I still care about you. I wish that this relationship worked out. I still want well for you, and maybe we can make things work out, but I'm letting you know right now that I'm not in agreement.
But in that version,
Kevin said, "I'll release you with love."
But in that version, you like them. You just are not in love with them.
Exactly. Eli, go.
So
I just want to say this.
Two things I wanted to say is, referring to the situation that you talked about with the guy changing after the relationship. Sometimes it takes something Cause like, you know, niggas like to bottle that shit up, but really niggas be hurt.
Yeah.
Talking to you niggas. But anyway, so like sometimes it takes a hurt that deep for a man to like realize like I gotta change, or else like
I'm gonna be alone forever.
I'm gonna be not even alone forever, but like I feel like I met that person and I fucked it up. So I possibly could meet that person again. I don't want to fuck it up again. So then like the woman who didn't get the guy to change during their relationship will be mad because she's like, wow, he became what I wanted the whole time. But it's like it took that to make that happen, or else he wouldn't have. And then the second thing I wanted to say, was you made a great point with the initial question, because I had to think about it. And actually, Sean, is what you said that made me think about it. First, you like the positive things about them. Mm-hmm. And as you get to know them, you find out more about them, and then you find out the negative sides. And what love is, from my experience, right, is when it don't matter how much negative shit I hear, I still like this person. Mm-hmm. So it's like I like the positives, like the negatives. I just like you.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And that's when it becomes love, because it's like, damn, I really accept every part of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me shit.
And so like that's what love is, in my opinion, is liking a person no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So deeply.
Do you think that that's blind love?
I think that's foolish.
I wouldn't call it blind love. I'd call it like, so I mean, that's my experience. So I guess I'm a fool. Yeah. But like in my experience, it's like liking everything about her to where I'm like, damn, I still like this person giving this. I still like this person giving that. And eventually I don't feel like love is a calculation. It's something you realize. Yeah. Like, damn, I still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, it's like, damn, I done left every female because of this shit right here. And for some reason, I'm still here.
Exactly. And it's like, damn, I that shit hurt my feelings, and I still like fuck.
But maybe you need to start looking within also, though, because I think if you're waking up next to a person where you're constantly like battling this, like, do I care about this? Does this bother me? Whatever it is, then maybe it's like, maybe I don't love myself enough to admit to myself that this bothers me so much, but I'm choosing to accept it.
I feel like that's the person who's running away from love. But anyway, hey, you know, that's my opinion.
So,
I had to snap for that one.
All right.
Shorty be spitting.
Yeah.
All right, Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Not just one. Anyway,
I just wanted to say right quick, in response to the earlier point made regarding if the one that got away started to get up on their shit after the breakup, right? Because that's what I talked about. Eli, you just piggybacked off of it, right? Saying that sometimes it takes the catalyst like the breakup we're talking about men specifically, right? To get on their shit. And the question that you asked LA was, should these people get back together? I feel like
that was Sean.
Sean. I feel like if the woman was trying to do everything that she could to salvage that relationship, but like he just wasn't moving at the speed that she needed to, him to, and in that they broke up and then he got on his shit. I feel like if he really wanted her and if she was really that one for him, he would go back and try to get her back. And if she don't want him, then he is no longer the one that got away, because he became everything that she asked him to be. She still didn't want
she
him.
Never loved that nigga.
And for a nigga, that shit hurts, nigga.
I've been trying to talk.
I know, brother.
But if she takes him back, then happily ever after.
Great.
Okay,
Let me say that, and then you can say that. I'm sorry.
I got nothing to say. Go ahead.
All right. So what you just said, I've had that. So when I was young, I was in high school, right? I met this girl when I was 17. We dated from 17 all the way up until I was 20. And then we broke up. And then fast forward about 22, 23, I went back at her. We talked for a little while. Then we stopped talking. Then around like 24, it was 22, because about 24, I went back at her again. Checked up on her, seeing how they doing. We went on some dates. Stopped talking. And we didn't stop talking because I stopped talking to her. We stopped talking because she would ghost me. And I was thinking she was the one that got away. But in reality, she was the one that wanted to get away.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What? She was the one who wanted to.
She didn't want to be with me anymore.
Yeah. It was one-sided.
It was one. I was chasing after something that wasn't there.
Yeah.
And when I realized that,
So there was nothing you could have done, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I realized that there was like because I had somebody recently ask me, have I ever had the one that got away? And I was like, when I was younger, yes, but as I've gotten older, I realized she wasn't the one that got away.
So I looked that up because I had, I guess, kind of I had pretty much that like a similar situation, right? They call that love unrequited, right? Mm-hmm. And it's when like you have a level of love for somebody that it's just not returned, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I was my high school sweetheart, right? Mm-hmm. I went off to college, and I ended up breaking up with her because I was like she used to kind of annoy me, right? And it started like messing with my like study time and actually like doing my shit, right? So
Books about them books.
So it's not that I was just so about the book. It's just like she would just have terrible timing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, literally, I'm studying right now. Can you leave me? And then she'd complain, and I'd be like, oh my God. Now I'm gonna have this emotional issue because you complaining and I can't give you what you want. So I ended up breaking up with her, right? 2 years later, I tried to get back with her because I was back in Houston because I was actually out of the city when I first went to college, right? And she did some shit that I still to this day was like, what the fuck was that, right? She was actually in a relationship, right? And then she apparently broke up with the person, right? Which, looking back, it's like, y'all never broke up, right? It never happened, right? But she had broken up with the person, and then we started talking again, right? And one day, I went over her house, we hung out, and I didn't touch on her, didn't nothing, right? And this was my high school sweetheart, so of course I'm used to like actually being physical with her, right? Mm-hmm. She asked me for a kiss. Well, actually, no, my bad. I didn't go over her house. She came over to my house, right? Mm. She laid in my bed. I gotta point that out. And asked me for a kiss, right? And so like we kissed and shit, right? And then like it stopped. We chilled some more. And then later on she left because it was late, right? In my head, I'm like, bet, got her back. We good, right? Nope. Nigga, no. And I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't chase. So like when she said it would be unfair for me to do this guy like this, blah, 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 blah. This is somebody I started getting to know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool, bet. Have a good one. Like, take it easy. But how I took that was like, oh, it's just going. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah.
But
Sean, do you want to say what you had to say, brother? Or are you going to sit over there like that?
I'm like, what? I'm chilling. Go ahead, Miss Teddy.
No, my thing is with that, like, to me that just sounds like young stuff. Mm. That just sounds like
young love.
Yeah, she didn't really know what the fuck she had going on. Mm-mm. Like she knew y'all had something back in the day, and then she tried to start something new, and then y'all tried y'all's thing, and then she was like, "That's not cool." Yeah, I don't. You feel like that's unrequited love, unrequited, whatever.
It was pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie.
They get deeper, John.
It's like it was. I'll explain it later, but it was pretty deep.
I've been in that exact same situation too, and I was just like, I just charged it to the game. It hurt in the moment, don't get me wrong. But after enough time passed, I was just like, we were high school sweethearts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they experienced something after me that was cooler or better, prettier, whatever it was, and that's just what it was. Like, But I don't think I chose not to take it personally in the sense of like, if anything, it was an ego thing. Like, damn, like, she knew Coochie knew you or whatever. Like, that's how I saw it. But it wasn't in a way of like, I don't know.
Well, that's how I took it then. So it's like,
But looking at it now, you still see it that way?
Looking at it now,
unfortunately,
both grew. So yeah, that's why I said we'll split it off.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. And this has been a good episode. I wish we could keep talking.
Yeah, we got a little serious in here. It's a little heavy. Y'all feel that?
So look, as always, like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Follow us on all social media platforms at .process.pod. Snapchat, well, not Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, iHeart, Apple Pod, Spotify, Amazon. We everywhere.
Stop Nyambati.
That was patois. Also,
Stop eating butt.
yeah.
Stop using Summer's Eve.
Young men, I want y'all to go find you a woman that knows how to knit and sew. That's an important trait. I'm not a trait. That's an important thing to have in your back pocket in case your Adidas joggers rip.
Yep.
Because they rip. They will rip. And like Ali has said,
Stop Nyambati.
stop eating butt. We out.
Yep.